So this episode was literally bursting with social media stars. Hey guys, thanks so much for clicking on the video. This is my review for Love and Hip Hop Hollywood. This is season 6, episode 17. All right, you guys. So, like I said, this was a star studded episode. We actually ran into Blac Chyna, we ran into Brandy, we ran into um, Summer Bunny. We've had these people, kind of floating around, but they were all on this episode. And this was also a large episode for Yo Yo. It was a big deal for Yo Yo. So let's start off with Yo Yo. Yo Yo, her mom, and her youngest daughter, they were making the rounds. Her single is dropped, and she is stopped by first at 93.5 K-Day Radio for a interview, and she bust out and she kind of started flowing a little bit, doing a little bit of rap off her song that her and Brittany B has coming out. She's planning for this event, which is her 30-year in the business, as well as it's her birthday. So she's actually celebrating all of this. It's going to be a huge event. It's a big deal for Yo Yo. And like I said, she's going to perform at the event. So it was cool. And one thing that we actually did see in this little run that she was doing, she was talking, her and her mom and her daughter, and they were saying how baby Kai has her eyes, just like I said. Baby Kai looks just like Yo Yo, and Baby Kai has actually brought the family closer together. You know that you'll have that. Sometimes babies do that. That's what they say. Babies are a blessing. Nobody ever tells you exactly what the blessing is. It's not always just a new member to your family, but sometimes a baby brings new life into a family that's just kind of at a lull and nothing's going on. When somebody has a baby or somebody has a wedding, sometimes it actually kickstarts the family, and it does bring family togetherness. And it seems as though this has been the thing that has actually happened for them. So, hey, kudos to them, and I hope it actually stays that way. She was even saying her and Tiffany are like in a whole different space. So that's beautiful. That's beautiful. And then I looked at her younger daughter. She's beautiful. The younger daughter, because we haven't really seen much of her. We've seen her in passing. She looks just like Tweet. I looked at her. I said, she's a pretty little dark skinned girl and looks like Tweet. I said, oh my God, check you out. Both of them, both her girls are really, really pretty girls. But I was so thrown at how she looks like Tweet. I was like, okay, come on now. I've always thought Tweet was beautiful, but and so talented. She just, I don't know what goes on with Tweet. See, I'm up on a soapbox, but I don't know what goes on with Tweet and her music. But yeah, Tweet is definitely one of our very, very talented, very, very pretty melanated girls. And when she was hot, but then she just kind of just faded away. I don't know what that was all about. But anyway, like I said, baby girl looks like Tweet. Made me think of Tweet. I said, come on, honey. I tried and I tried. Okay, anyway, moving on. Off my soapbox, but don't bump on bam it back. Let's go. Tierra Marie, Paris, Nikki Baby, and Apple all got together. Tierra was actually at the studio wrapping up some stuff on her new single. I don't know what the single was doing, but see, Tierra can sing. So I'm not going to worry about it too much, because sometimes they'll show little snippets and stuff and it don't sound like much, but then you'll hear the full song and it is something that's actually really nice. So I'm not going to worry too much because, again, like I said, we know Tierra and Marie can sing. They did show a real quick flash of, I think it was like cover art for the single. She was clean, clean, clean with big red hair. I said, Miss Tierra, you better do it. So I'm hoping she's busting through with some new stuff, and we're gonna get some stuff from Tierra, because it's a shame that we do all this and we go all into her business and things never actually pop off to be what it should be career wise for her. With this, it's always just a bunch of drama, because she actually has talent. Her and Lyrica. Lyrica has talent. And it's so crazy how all this bull crap that goes on the show outshines the talent that Lyrica has. Lyrica is a songwriting beast. Do you understand me? Go check out. She has a song called Makeup. And I think I've mentioned it to you guys once before. The lyrics on her song Makeup, coupled up with the vocals that she laid down on Make, the song is sickening, sickening. And she also has and these are her older stuff. She's some stuff she has. She has some more stuff after that. But it's just these two things that actually stick out. And her song, Don't Take It Personal, the video is everything. The video is everything. The storytelling in the video, everything. And I love the song. So just way too talented to be dealing with the bull crap that she deals with on the show. I just don't get it. But you know, Mona, whatever. I guess you know what you're doing, girl. Anyway, and I guess you know what you're doing, Lyrica, listening and doing this. But okay, anyhow, moving on. So Apple, let me smack your wrist real quick. Why are you always in the studio, though you're not doing none of the things that you should be doing when you're in the studio? You're in the studio gossiping. You're in the studio fighting. You're in the studio telling lies about how you're going to do better. You're in the studio doing everything but rapping and making music. Why is that? And I'm getting tired of talking to you about it. It's just ridiculous. So what is it going to be? You're going to be a reality mess, or are you going to be an artist? Which is it? Just tell us, and then we'll stop expecting other things from you. If you're just going to be a reality show train wreck, then cool. But if you're going to be something else, then I'm going to need you to step up to the plate and do what it is that you need to do. And while you're on your way, go get Tommy Lee and get her and make her figure out what she wants to see. I'm all the way over on a whole different Love and Hip Hop. Because Tommy Lee got some talent, but she want to be a reality show train wreck. You two girls, my goodness, I'm rooting for both of y'all to win, but I mean, are you? Are you rooting for you to win? That is the question at hand. Are you? Anyway, so they're in there talking about the whole thing about Mr. Ray. And the thing about A1 and him hitting him, and this bullying thing came up again. And Tierra agrees with Mr. Ray being busted upside the head. And most of the group just are not feeling it. And it really is, see, the past is proceeding. It's all of, when Rockstar was talking mess, when Safari was talking mess, everybody done said whatever they want to say about Lyrica and A1, and nobody put their hands on anybody. And then when Mr. Ray did it, you just hauled off and slapped him around. And people just feel like it's bullying. But listen, the two of them, Apple got in there and told them what was said at the little meeting that they had. First of all, they laughed at her like, girl, is it that you're going to always be the one in the middle getting the juice thrown on you? Yes, because she nosy. She nosy, and she a train wreck. So, yeah, she going to always get stuff thrown on her, and hopefully that's all she gets thrown on her is just a little bit of juice. Because, a lot of times it is the innocent person that gets all jacked up. So you need to think about that, Miss Apple. Anyway, so she goes through, tells them what happened with the whole thing. Um, and she even goes on to about Mr. Ray and what Mr. Ray said about the extra little guy and how A1 just kind of like played it like whatever. Then she invites everybody to Yo-Yo's release party. I'm like, oh God, they're all going to be there. They're all going to be there, so we know it's going to be some drama. We just know it is, Mona, because this is what you do, Mona. But anyway, They fall for it, so whatever. Brittany B and Blac Chyna. Every time I look at Brittany B, I'm like, I can't believe you did this to your body. Like, she has that Amazon stature, and she's added so much onto her bottom half that she literally looks like doe, a deer, a female deer. Just, it's ridiculous. She has really messed her body up. I'm like, that don't look good. And maybe it's that you should wear dresses all the time, because it looks like people who get a lot of this bottom surgery done and get these hips and behind added, like they only look good in dresses. You put them in a pair of pants and they look like a whole science project. Anyway, be nice, James. Anyway, okay, so listen. Her and Lyrica are still going at it. She is now like settled in the fact that she has nicknamed Lyrica Lyrica. Okay? Lyrica. I'm like, that's a whole mess. Anyway, so they got this whole beef going on. And there was some colorist statements supposedly made where Lyrica says some things about her being dark skinned. I'm like, Lyrica, don't do that. Don't do that. That's not a good look, sweetie. There are some things you can fight amongst each other. The colorist stuff don't work. It just that just ain't cool. And it's talking about the baby stuff, because there was some other stuff came out later on in the episode where they're saying that Brittany B said some things about baby Ocean. So like, y'all doing too much. Y'all on social media acting a whole ass. You don't talk about her baby, and you don't talk about her hue of melanin. Y'all doing too much. And what y'all arguing about ain't even that deep. It ain't even that deep, like for real. Everybody else is screwing your husband. All she did is she wants to be your friend and you don't want to be her friend. Y'all need to check yourself. Anyway, so they got all that going on. Blac Chyna states, I want to work with both of you all. So you all need to dead that. Whatever that is y'all got going on, y'all need to dead that. I want to work with females who are doing it. She wants her whole project done by up and coming females. And in order to do that and do that properly, I can't have y'all fighting down to the studio. So she says, I can get us together and we can fix it. And Brittany B doesn't seem very open. We already know she mean. So she doesn't feel, she doesn't seem like she's open to it at all, okay, at this time. Moving on. So we get to Yo-Yo's party. At Yo-Yo's party, it's a whole mess because everybody's been invited. Summer Bunny is actually invited as well. Her and her friends show up, but she decides to turn up. And she's outside. She'd have turned up before she got into the club. She going off about people talking about her and this, that, the other. And she really wants to fight Lyrica. Okay? So all of this says A1 to me. I don't know what it is about A1. A1 don't strike me as, I don't know. I don't know if it's the extra hair or the black fingernails or just his stupidness and his foolishness. I don't know what it is, but I ain't feeling him like that. Like, he don't do anything for me. I ain't trying to jump in no bed, on no couch, in no chair, up on a table, nowhere with A1. Other than if he want to make a little song, which I'll get in there and do something, and we make a little song or something. But nothing sexual at all do I see in A1 to have people acting this foolish. But he done did something to Summer Bunny, baby, that got her hopping around town acting a fool. And she basically wants to fight Lyrica, okay? So she's outside turned up. Apple is inside turned up. This ain't even about you, Apple. See, you with that old drunk shit is what's going on. You all had up off that Henny, and that Henny is telling you to act a fool. Lyrica's quiet and ain't about no fighting, and everybody around you is chilling. Why are you so hyped up? You look crazy right now. So Brittany B performs. Her and Yo did her thing. Lyrica, I'm laughing at Lyrica. Her and they went out there hating on Brittany. I'm like, that ain't a good look, y'all. Do what y'all do. Why you hating on that girl? Let that girl do what she do. Um, just ridiculous. Apple is carrying on, carrying on, carrying on, carrying on. She's starting to be a spectacle, starting to make a scene. She's bringing everybody else's attention to what's actually going on here. She actually even ripped her lace front, because she had her lace front on. She ripped her lace front off and then put it back on. It was all stiff, like a molded cast. I said, girl, you are a whole clown down here to the park. She really was acting like a whole clown. Said, replace that with a red afro and a pair of big red floppy shoes, because you, my dear, are a whole clown right now. And she just carried on. And then Trisha is there. Trisha, I'm going to need you to shut up and go blend with the wall, because you just want to be a part of something. Don't nobody like you, Trisha. Get on out of here. You're absolutely irrelevant and you are a non-factor. Go away. She irritates me. She makes me itch. But anyway, she's over there trying to play peacemaker. Apple done said, if she don't get away from me, I might get her next. I said, okay, well, I ain't going to stop you from doing that, because she's kind of aggravating. But she gets to telling them about how Summer's outside crying, and Lyrica cusses her out, tells her, don't nobody care nothing about her crying. She's sleeping with people's husbands and carrying on. And you come in here and telling us about how she's crying. Girl, you better shut up, Patty. I said, I know that's right. Summer is outside acting so foolish. She need a red wig and floppy shoes too, because she's out there like, well, wait a minute, what is Apple hollering over the banister, over the balcony at me for? I don't want her, I want Lyrica. Well, girl, you're not going to get to Lyrica without getting through this wild dog. So that's just the way that's going to be. Child, she carries on so bad. Summer's out there carrying on. She get to fighting with the camera crew. Really? I said, child, these people are nuts. It got so bad till Yo-Yo had to come outside and talk to Brittany. And she told her, listen, I invited everybody because I don't care. I don't care about what y'all got going on. I don't care to be a part of that mess. But I'm going to tell you what you're not going to do. You're not going to come in here and disrupt my function. So you just carrying on away from here. I'll revoke your invitation. You get on out of here. You're not getting in. Now, how embarrassing is that? She want to fight with the camera crew. Whatever. Because Yo-Yo didn't care. She done went on back up the steps with her white outfit. She didn't care nothing about what you talking about. You didn't get a sip, a drink, a chicken wing, a donut, nothing. Night-night. Stupid. That was a whole networking event for you, but you missed it. See ya. Anyway, want to be a social media train wreck. Not going to make money like that. Moving on. Not long term anyway. Brandy and Ray J. Brandy and Ray J are planning on redoing Brandy's song My Best Friend, because you know back in the day, Ray J was in the video, but he wasn't on the track. So now they're planning on redoing it, and they're even talking about doing a project together. Do y'all want to see an album by Ray J and Brandy? Y'all leave it in the chat. Yes or no? Do you want to see something by Ray Brand? Anyway, I found out something that I had never heard of. And I said, Miss Brandy, you used to do a lot, huh, when you were younger. You were into a whole lot of drama when you were younger, Miss Brandy. When Ray J mentioned that he was going to be going on tour, possibly, but he's definitely doing a show in Cali with Immature, she was elated. She's like, oh my gosh, so y'all done fixed everything, y'all cool. Yeah, everybody's cool. And then she starts leading on. She says, I don't know what's going to go on with Jerome. You all remember Jerome, the real cute one from Immature that had the patch. And he was real cute, and he had hazel eyes and all of that. And never knew the story about why he wore the patch. I thought it was just a fashion thing that he was wearing the patch, sort of like Left Eye, how she did her little thing. And here it is. There's actually a story behind the patch. Something went down at some point where Brandy threw a book or something, and the book actually hit him in the eye and messed up his eye. Like really messed up his eye. Like Ray J was talking about how his eye was actually hanging out, and that's why he actually wears that patch. And even now, when you see him, he wears sunglasses. And she was saying how she's worried if he was still like upset. She's like, I never wanted to hurt him. I actually had a crush on him at the time. So I guess after you bust his eye out, showing out or cutting a fit or whatever you were doing. Really, Miss Brandy. I was so shocked. I've never heard that story. I was totally, my mouth was hanging open. Let me know in the comments. Have you all heard that story before, or is this something all new to you? I've never heard anything about this, and I always thought that he wore the patch because it was something fashion, that was a fashion thing with his cute little self. And here it is, Brandy done bust his eye out. Girl, I don't know about you. Anyway, moving on. Shut my mouth, honey. Blac Chyna meets with Lyrica. And talk about that Brittany B mess again. And Blac Chyna saying, again, I want to work with you both. Y'all got to dead what that is. I'm going to get us all together and we're going to fix it. She says, fine. No problem. Cool. No problem. Child, they go ahead and get together. And that Brittany B come down the street, honey, and she has this little jumpsuit on, and she looked nice till you get down to her waist, and then it looked like, again, doe, a deer, a female deer. It looked crazy. And she gets in there, honey, and her hair's all disheveled, and she looked like she come for trouble. She gets in there, and the first thing she does when she walks in, she's like, hi, Lyrica. I said, See, you done came in, and your energy's already wrong. And she starts asking her, I thought it was supposed to be on site. So is it going to be on site? And Lyrica's like, girl, what are you talking about? Totally thrown off. Like, she really believed Blac Chyna that they were coming there to dead what the situation is. She even asked her, so are you going to apologize about what you said about my baby? And, and she's like, girl, I want to know, is it on site? Then she gonna sing it at her, and she sang it back to her. Girl, what are you talking about? I about on site, and she gonna say, "Oh, girl, you're off." She said, "But I didn't come here to sing, bitch." I said, "Oh, so here we go." And they get to going back and forth. Next, honey, Lyrica takes and shoves the whole table at her, honey. I said, "Oh Lord," and they just start carrying on, and they that's where they cut out this whole episode. But before we get there, because I skipped over a part. I did that purposely, but I skipped over a part. Apple is wilding out online, calling herself a hoe and talking about her being drunk and just a train wreck down to the IG, okay? So, Tierra, Nikki Baby, and Yo-Yo invite her for lunch. They were planning to do like a little intervention with her, and she stood them up. So here we go yet again with somebody on Love and Hip Hop who is spiraled completely out of order, and the friends are trying to help them. Now, this has happened for Tommy, and they've done an intervention. This has happened for Tierra, and she got an intervention. So let's see if they can get a hold to Apple and get her the help that she needs. I sure hope so, because she has potential. She has potential, but she needs to definitely reel it in, because she is just literally down here acting like a wild dog down to the Hollywood. Talk to y'all next week.